Calling to order the regular meeting of the Wheeling Plan Commission for Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. Please join us in the pledge. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Okay. Commissioner Belanova.
I'm here.
Commissioner Berkey.
Here.
Commissioner Sprague is here. Commissioner Yednak.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson is absent with previous notice. Chairman Johnson.
Here. Ms. Nyes, any changes to the agenda this evening?
No changes.
All right. And we have no citizens' concerns and comments. We have no consent items. So we'll move right on to items for review. We have docket number PC 21-02, major site plan review for parking lot for waste management at 225 Industrial Lane. Ms. Nyes, anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly go over that this request from Waste Management is for major site plan approval. So they did go to the village board February 1st of this year for their concept review, and they did receive a favorable review. So as a result, they're now here seeking a recommendation from the Plan Commission, and then they'll go back to the board for final decision. They're also asking for approval to waive the requirement for the installation of a sprinkler system. Sorry, I thought you were saying something. The zoning code allows the Plan Commission to do that. And with this one, just like last Plan Commission, they will be exceeding the lighting requirement. So if the Plan Commission, wants to take a poll again on that, then that'll just move forward with the site plan recommendation. And I believe petitioner is here.
Come on down. Please state your name and business address.
Sure. My name is Nick Berner. I'm with Diversified Engineering representing Waste Management. I'm also joined with, from Waste Management, Jack Schwab, the local district manager, to be available to answer any operational questions that you may have for the project as well.
All right. Explain to us what it is we're looking at tonight.
Sure. The overall site plan here, this is the all-encompassing waste management property over off of Industrial Lane and Sumac Road. The property that we are here reviewing today is 225 Industrial Lane. This is a current property owned by Waste Management that is currently used as a storage yard. We are proposing to redevelop this portion of land as additional truck parking operations. As you can see in the location map over off to the side, there is currently a truck parking operation there on 230 Sumac, just to the south. So this would be a similar kind of layout there as you go over to the overall site plan. This is a 38 vehicle parking schematic for this development.
All right, anything else? Well, then we'll go right to the commissioners. Commissioner Yednak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of quick questions. I'm assuming you guys did this, you're more professional than me, but did the lighting plan, since it's exceeding the specs or the village specs, did that require airport review, or has that been reviewed with the airport?
The lighting and the truss system itself, the fueling system that is being installed, has gone for FAA review and has been reviewed and approved.
Okay, so I mean, not only, the foot candles and everything with the lighting.
Yes.
And I'm assuming you're directing that.
Yes, they're all dark sky compliant lighting that's going on.
Okay, and then the stormwater drainage, it was very complicated trying to, especially on a little tiny computer, trying to read the graphics. Where is that draining towards? It almost looked like it's all draining towards a river, and is it going to be treated?
As far as so it ties into the storm sewer system that is currently on Industrial Lane. And so the underground retention system does have a filtration or an isolation chamber for small storm treatment. And then it has a controlled outfall. So that actually that whole system is designed to be able to store a full 100-year storm event on site without release. And so then that system just ties directly into the storm sewer system that's along Industrial Lane, and I believe it does outfall to the river further along past Milwaukee.
After treatment, or?
So
I canoe the Des Plaines River quite a bit, so I'm just hoping.
No, that's fine. So the stormwater itself, so obviously it'll sit inside of the chambers, and it does a slow release so that you don't have any suspended solids.
Okay, all right, okay. That's all I had then, Mr. Chairman, for this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Berkey,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Blanova,
Thank you, nothing at this time, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, I'm going to start with the trusses.
Okay.
You're going to put in. I understand the concept for that and why you want to put them in, but I was looking at the prints and the east side of your proposed parking lot.
Okay.
You are putting a truss up there also?
Mm-hmm.
What is, with the vehicles not having to drive through right at that point,
Correct.
is there really a need for a truss at that point, or could you use the ground-mounted refueling?
It's more than just being able to walk around the vehicles at that point. The trusses offer better lighting and visibility as they put more light down next to the trucks to be able to do that pre-launch inspection of the vehicles, as well as be able to allow the route managers that do assist on the morning launches to be able to walk more freely and be more visible for all of the trucks during those launch sequences. Now, obviously, as there's only the one lane on that side versus the two, there's less walking back and forth, but there is still foot traffic going around those trusses that's just the safest location for them to be.
Okay, thank you. Also, with that, I'm just curious more for myself, what kind of safety precautions are there if there was a hose failure on those trusses?
So all of those hoses are cam lock, so if they do come off or disconnected, they do immediately stop, and then there's the overall system just works as a large, effectively when all the trucks are plugged in, how they are fueled is as the trucks, they go off of pressure, right, since it's all natural gas. And so the compressors will, as more trucks be connected in, it's almost like you can envision like a larger tank. So all of the trucks act as one cohesive tank. And so if there's multiple trucks that are plugged in that are at a lower level, the overall compression level in all of the trucks that are plugged into the system all go down to the same level, and then they get fueled overnight. So as far as safety precautions on that, it's all about the disconnects on that, and then as soon as those trucks actually reach those compressed levels, then the compressors will kick off as those trucks are already completely fueled. I believe that the fueling process generally takes about 4 to 6 hours, depending on how full the trucks are.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to move on to the irrigation system.
Yes.
I noticed in your landscape list of new trees that you're going to put in, there's a river birch listed in there, 2 of them. And from what I've read about river birch, they prefer a damp or moist soil, and you won't be able to maintain that without irrigation.
So we used a similar landscaping design on the 209-211 development, and so we actually transitioned to the river birch as that area does lie inside the floodplain, that we would anticipate those soils to be more saturated more often than not.
Okay.
The irrigation waiver is more based off the fact that there's not currently a water service for that lot, and there's not a structure or building for like a meter to be set to be able to kind of set that and tie on to be able to run that full system.
And then I just wanted to mention to you, it doesn't really, I don't have a preference, but I did see flowering crab apples in there also, and those get quite messy in the fall.
Okay.
The fruit that they have. I don't know if you'd want to maybe look into that and avoid that or not, but
Yeah, and
they are messy.
if we review that and want to adjust that, would that be a revision that we'd have to come back before the plan commission on, or could that be a cursory review?
I think
No,
you
we could
just-
do that at the staff level.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can talk to the staff on that.
I'll take that note into revision on that.
Okay,
and
great.
Take a closer look at that.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, currently you said you're storing dumpsters on that site?
Yeah, it's a
Where are
container
those gonna
storage
go?
lot. Oh, I believe that the real estate department is actively seeking like another location for those to go. I don't have any other information beyond that. All I know is that they are leaving for us to be able to do this development.
So they're not going to be anywhere around here then?
I don't know exactly where they're going to.
Okay.
But I can check with the real estate department and circle back with you.
All right, a quick poll of the commission on waiving the irrigation requirement. Commissioner Yednek,
I'm okay with it, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague,
Yes?
Commissioner
Yes.
Bonova, Commissioner Berkey,
Yes.
and I'm okay with it too, so. Any other questions from the commission?
Do we need a poll on the lighting or not? Is that's been okayed?
I don't know, do we?
I thought we took a poll.
We took a poll last time just to, because it's up to the board to waive it.
I think we did it just so they
I think we
could
just gave
have
like
your
a recommendation. So we took a poll to indicate that we were,
Based on where this site is located and everything, I'm not too concerned about
Right.
how bright it is.
I was more concerned about the airport, but if they've covered that already, then,
About what? I'm
the
sorry.
airport, which I
Oh,
already asked them,
yeah.
they covered that,
Yep,
they would be the ones that would have the concern, I think.
I guess if we just indicate, does anyone have an issue with the lighting exceeding the,
okay. Does anyone have an issue with the
Okay.
lighting?
No.
then we can indicate that it was, everyone was in favor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Nyes, is there any conditions on this docket?
No.
Then I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved,
Second.
Commissioner Yednak,
yes.
Commissioner Blanova,
Yes.
Commissioner Berkey,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right. Moving on to docket number PC 21-06, the plat of consolidation for waste management at 225 Industrial Lane, 200 Sumac Road, and 230 Sumac Road. Ms. Nyes, anything additional on this one?
Yeah, so for this one, so as part of this overall plan, this 225 project that we just talked about is going to incorporate part of Stavros Lane, which is just to the east. And so that's a plat of vacation, which doesn't come before the Plan Commission. It's just going to go before the board.
Okay,
Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. And then they're here to consolidate this 225 with 230. If you look, I'm making a little motion with my mouse here. And then 200 Sumac. So these three properties only on this overall plan. So because it's 3 lots or less, the Plan Commission can waive the preliminary plat approval. So that's the first action that'll need to be taken when you guys are ready. And then the second action would be your recommendation. And there is one condition on this recommendation, and it is that the plat of vacation shall be reviewed and approved by the village board prior to approval of the plat of consolidation. It's just logistically, that's how it has to work.
thank you. Anything you'd like to add?
No, I wasn't sure if I should walk away or not. I'd say the only, obvious point to that is the yellow rectangle up there, which is the shop addition that we went before the village board for conceptual review, I believe, on February 1st on that. So as part of the overall consolidation is consolidating both 200 and 230 Sumac to make that addition a little bit more cohesive. because that crosses one of the boundary lines.
All right. Commissioner Berkey, anything on this?
No, I don't have anything this time, thank you.
Commissioner Blanova?
Nothing, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask about, is the neighbor at 301, are they aware that the Stavros Road is going to be split in half and
Yes.
goes to them, or?
Sorry.
That's okay, you can answer.
So there's a letter of acknowledgement from the landowner to the east for the 50/50 split of Stavros Road.
Okay. So he's aware that he's going to have to move
Yes,
his
yes,
storage units and all that?
yes, yeah, those conversations have already,
Okay, and then the only other thing I had was, I noticed that there's a sewer and utility easement in between the properties right now, at the back of 25?
at the back, yeah, there's a 10-foot easement at the back between 225 and the 230 property, so that easement is continued. The water and sanitary are actually out along Industrial Lane. That easement there to the south of 225 is currently, it's an overhead utility Comcast, internet cable provider utility lines that are running back through
Oh,
there.
so you'll be able to get underneath all that when you're
Yes.
driving back and forth?
Yeah, so actually our development that we have proposed there, part of that is raising the line where we need to. There's already
Okay.
currently an access lane where part of the development is, and so the other lane that's being proposed on the 225 development that's to the west, on the left side, that's where the lines will be raised. I think they only need to go up about 3 feet. But the lines themselves will continue along as they already currently do. And then part of the plat is, both for the plat of vacation, the plat of consolidation is to continue that easement through the existing Stavros Road right away.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Yednak?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know Marcy said we're not really voting or making a decision on this, but I'm just for my own curiosity, who's giving up Stavros Road? And is there some kind of consideration for that?
The village is vacating it. It's a village road, and the law provides that we have the option to split it 50/50 between the two property owners, and that's what we're doing. The village is not having consideration at this time. It's just determined that it's not needed for a right-of-way and to further development that's vacating it.
All right. I drove back there and I couldn't really tell which part was Stavros Road. I didn't really see road.
It
I
is-
just saw the storage.
It's not a really, it's kind of where all the other property owners
Unimproved.
using it as storage right now.
Okay,
it's-
so the village can make a decision whether they want consideration, and that's up to the board.
Correct.
Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. And my questions on this have been answered. So first, we have to vote on approving the exemption from applicable provisions of 17.20.030.
What are we exempting? The fact that it would have to go to the board?
No, the fact that they had to come to you before preliminary and then final plat of consolidation, we're waiving the need to go through preliminary, an extra step, because it's such a small amount of lots.
Okay, so it's just a multi-step, we're doing it in one step?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes,
Commissioner Yednak?
Yes.
Chairman Johnson?
Yes. And then the second thing we need to vote on is approving the plat of consolidation as presented
And with the condition.
with the
Yeah,
condition.
it's not on here. Or it's in the recommended action, but it's not on probably where you're looking.
Okay, read that one again. then,
Sure.
please.
The plat of vacation shall be reviewed and approved by the village board prior to approval of the plat of consolidation.
All right.
Sorry about that.
With that condition, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
second,
Commissioner Yednak?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
yes,
Commissioner Berkey?
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes. Chairman Johnson?
Yes. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So you'll proceed to the board, I think it's April 15th is the next, is that right?
No, April
No.
5th.
April 5th. I had the 5.
First and the third, yeah.
Yeah, April 5th. I don't know where I got the 15. So, yeah, so we'll be in contact. No, I think we're good.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sorry you didn't have a chance to talk. All right, moving on to approval of minutes of the regular meeting of February 24th, 2021, including the findings of fact for 2021-01 and 2021-02. Do I hear a
So
motion?
moved.
Second.
Commissioner Yadnak,
Yes.
Commissioner Berkey,
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right, any other business? Marcy, anything
I do
going
not
down
have
the line
anything.
that we need to know about?
Seems like we have a bunch of stuff coming down the line, but nothing too exciting. I mean, like, no huge development yet.
And we are going to be short 2 members for the next meeting, so
Okay.
please try and be here.
When is the next meeting? That's,
24th?
The 24th.
okay, I was thinking of going out of town, but I'm kind of canceling those plans, so, yeah, that'll be another reason why I won't go out of town.
Any other business? Mr. Yednick?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Greg? Any other business?
Nothing from me, thank you.
Commissioner Blanova?
Nothing for me.
Commissioner Berkey?
Nothing from me.
All right. Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn. And we can do this by voice vote now, correct?
Yes.
Yay! But I still need a motion.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
22 minutes.
Just looked at my watch.
Pretty impressive.